AFTV, DT, Happy New Year. You behave yourself this year.
I ain't been arrested this year yet. Yeah, that's the new one, isn't it? But look, we got the win.
It looked a bit shaky at the beginning, didn't it? I mean, Sessegnon, I think it was. He had two he had the one-on-one, and then he had the other one where at first I thought Leno saved it, but he completely missed it, innit?
It's the story of our season already, our story of the last few seasons, our defending. And that's what we got to rectify. We know that. Will we do it this month? Apparently we've got no money. I'd love to know what Stan's doing with it. Honestly.
I'm surprised, you know, that's the talk. And even before, I think it was David Ornstein put that out there yesterday about, I'd heard, you know, from the outgoing, CEO was saying that, you know, basically everything's going to continue as it is. There is no big money to spend, but why? We know that if we're going to fix these defensive problems, it is going to cost money.
Well, it is, but will Stan do it? If they want us to lower our expectations, then they're going to have to lower, you know, what they're doing. Lower the ticket prices. Lower the season tickets. Because it's very clear with the empty seats that people are still not interested. And that's not Emery's fault. That's because they're just disillusioned with the club. And if the manager, not the manager, but if the owner's not putting money in and showing any kind of ambition for a new manager, then a lot of the fans ain't showing no ambition. They're like, well, what's the point? Go out on New Year's Eve, get pissed, can't bother to get up on New Year's Day. Nah, I ain't going to watch that. And that's the way it feels. It feels very, very flat. But that's not Emery's fault. Let's get that right. It's the owner's fault because they're showing no ambition. How many times have we sat here and had these same conversations? Why did we move to the Emirates? Would have been better staying at Highbury.
The positives today were Lacazette, but on the score sheet, Aubameyang continuing scoring, and Xhaka, I thought, after a bit of a shaky start, had a good game.
I like the
scored
way,
a good goal.
I know you had to put that little dig in there, didn't you?
No, he did have a bit of a shaky start.
Listen, he's been consistent this season. He has played a lot better than he has poorly, and he is doing better. But I think Ramsey scoring kind of helped Emery out a little bit today because you could tell the fans were not happy with Lacazette coming off.
Well, he got it right, innit? If he's brought a player on and he scores...
I wouldn't. I think Ramsey was just in the right place at the right time.
Well, that's what you get. You know what I mean? He brought the player on and he scored.
That was not... I'm not getting into an argument with you, man. It's...
Listen, on that, as you mentioned that, the fans were singing, sign him up.
Yeah.
Now, what do we... Listen, there's lots of rumours that he's talking to Juventus, talking to PSG, all these sort of teams at the moment. Should we make another attempt to sign him up? Or is that boat sail for you?
I think it's done. Honestly. And
no, but what would you do?
Me? You know what? The thing is that we've got to back our manager in what he's decided. If he feels that he doesn't fit, but what I'm saying is that Emery's making some very, very big calls and he has to get them right. Because he's in that period where within the next year or so, he's going to be really judged. And I feel that, you know, with Wenger, he kept on making mistake after mistake, but the longevity and all the things he achieved kept on giving him a year and a year and a year. We're in this period now where I feel we're never going to get that with another manager. And if you're failing within 2-3 years, out the door, next one in, out the door, next one in. So Emery's got to start producing. And if he's letting players like Ramsey go, you know, remember the whole contract situation is not Emery's fault. That's the previous regime.
Yeah, you're right.
But him deciding he doesn't fit my style and what I want, that's Emery's decision. And if it comes back to bite him on the arse, you can only look at one man, and that is Emery, because it's him that's decided. You know, they're talking about Banega. Is he better than Ramsey? You know what I mean? He's a good player, and obviously Emery knows him from his time at Sevilla. So maybe that's why, because he knows that he can do the job that he wants. So you've got to back him and say, yeah, you know what? Trust his judgment, because so far they have got it right. Apart from Lichtsteiner, that looks like Frank Spencer when he's defending at times. You know, the signings we've made this season have been impressive. You know, I've got no problem with Leno. I see people talking about Leno and say, name me one of the goals at Liverpool he could have done anything about.
None.
He couldn't. Brighton goal was not his fault.
The only thing at Liverpool, though, the first goal, when he put the ball out, that kind of it's not his mistake, the goal, but that was ridiculous what he did there. That led to the goal.
Do you know what the biggest problem is? Since Rob Holding's been missing, because Leno lays the ball into Rob Holding, and he's the one that brings it under control, doesn't matter who's around him, and he's comfortable to move within between the lines and open up the play for the midfield. We haven't got those players now. We've got players that get the ball from Leno, and then they go, oh shit, what do I do? And then they give it back to him in a situation he doesn't want the ball, and then he panics and he has to get rid of it. It's like a hot potato. So I've got no problems with Leno at all. David De Gea, look how many goals he's conceded this season, more than what we have, and he's the best goalkeeper in the Premier League. But when you've got clowns in front of you that can't defend, there's only so much you can do. Torreira, don't need to talk about him. Guendouzi, he's coming on considering his age and everything else. So, but we can't keep shopping in Poundland and hoping to find Harrods goods. You can't. It's as simple as that, you know. And Liverpool went out and spent the money, and they are the prime example because they were exactly where we were. A couple of years ago at this stage, I think they had conceded about 38 goals, which is more than we have. The season before that, they conceded 50 goals at this stage. Their problem was defence, you know. But the difference is that their owners never let the likes of Coutinho and all them run down their contracts, so they were leaving for nothing. They could go, doesn't want to be here, 140 million. We've lost that. We can't do that. We lost our bargaining with Alexis. We lost our bargaining with Ramsey. Those two players there that could have been sold for high prices could have got our defence sorted out. So we've got to rectify the problems from past mistakes. But listen, it's a win. Start of 2019, we move on.